welcome back to PopCast, the show where we try to cover all things pop culture. My name's Abby, I'm your host, and this week we're taking a trip to the graveyard to talk about beloved shows that have been canceled. Why are TV shows canceled? According to an article that I got from Ask.com by a staff writer, television show cancellations are driven by a combination of factors including declining ratings, high production costs, creative differences, behind-the-scenes issues, and changing viewer preferences. While cancellations can be disappointing for fans invested in a particular show, it is important to understand that they are a part of the dynamic nature of the television industry. Networks strive to deliver content that resonates with viewers while also ensuring financial viability. Ultimately, cancellations pave the way for new shows that have better chances of capturing audiences' attention and becoming long-lasting successes. So there are many. I have 3 shows that I would like to talk about that are beloved and have done really well that just got canceled or were not able to continue their story for reasons that we may know or we may not know. The first show we're going to talk about is The Residents, which was a show on Netflix. Here's a short little overview. The first show we're going to talk about is The Residents, which was a murder mystery show on Netflix, which starred Uzo Aduba. So the show had 1 season with 8 episodes. If you look it up on IMDb, I believe it says that it is a limited series, which is fun for people. And based off The Hollywood Reporter had issued a news article about The Residents after its cancellation. So this is a quote from The Hollywood Reporter. Like pretty much all TV programs ever, The Residents was flawed, but its flaws were really only apparent at the very end. When a first season show is supposed to leave the viewer wanting more, and hopefully much more, you never want a show to end on a low note, especially if it doesn't have to be the end. But it was. So The Residents got canceled. I personally have never watched it, but my advisor loves this show, so I wanted to talk about it for her. I did a little more research about it, and it sounds really interesting. And turns out I have seen it advertised everywhere, and I was interested in it, but I totally forgot about it. But it was very popular. It debuted at Netflix's number 2 TV show and was in the top 10 list for 2 weeks after its debut. So it was very popular, but I don't know. We don't really have a clear answer. With most of these shows, we don't really have a clear answer on why they were canceled. I did as much research as I could, but with some of these shows, well, with all 3 of these shows, we really don't have like, it was canceled because of this. It was canceled because we had no money. It was canceled because viewership was low. Because with all these 3 shows, they're all quite popular, and I was honestly shocked to hear that some of these were canceled. The next show we're going to talk about is titled The Waterfront, and it was also on Netflix. Here's a little synopsis. As our storied North Carolina fishing empire decays, the damaged Buckleys grapple to revive their imperial maritime heritage. And this show also only had 1 season with 8 episodes. I don't know if this one is limited as a limited series on Netflix, but here is a little ditty from Forbes about why the show was canceled when it was announced to be canceled. While Netflix hasn't explained the reason behind the cancellation, Deadline noted that Netflix executives consider performance versus cost, alongside factors such as awards recognition, social media attention, and audience engagement. In addition to viewership numbers, there is also the show's completion rate, which was not made public. So, based off of this, The Waterfront was huge. I actually have seen this show. This show is very good. It's like a little gory, a little more like mature-ish, but it is very good. It also, I wasn't the only one who clearly watched it because it debuted at number 1 on Netflix's top 10. I believe it was later, it spent 5 weeks on that list, but I believe it was later docked by Squid Games when Squid Game Season 3 came out. So, obviously reasonable, but like if Squid Game Season 3 didn't come out, I think that show would have stayed at number 1 for a longer time, which is why I was so extremely shocked when I saw the news online that this show had been canceled. It was very surprising to me because I'm like, it was very popular. it didn't get a bunch of awards recognitions, sure, but it was extremely, extremely popular, and I didn't really see anything bad about it. I believe if you go to IMDb, it has like a rating of 7 stars out of 10, which is high compared to other shows. Let me look this up real fast. All right. Yeah, 7.0 stars, and there are 17,000 ratings. Is it listed? No, it's just listed as a TV series. But I was extremely shocked when this show got canceled. And from what I saw online, social media is literally just a highlight reel. It's really like not truly what you see with people. But that cast seemed to be such good friends, so I don't think it was like any behind the scenes issues. I didn't see anything about it. I also haven't heard anything. Like, I read a bunch of articles about the cancellation of the show, and there was nothing really about like, I think these people didn't get along or blah blah blah. But I don't know, and I'm kind of sad we're never gonna see the end, because the show kind of ended on a cliffhanger and kind of didn't. But show is really good. Our final show we're going to talk about is titled DC Legends of Tomorrow, and this was on the CW. Here's a little synopsis. Time-traveling rogue Rip Hunter must recruit a ragtag team of heroes and villains to help prevent an apocalypse that could not only impact Earth, but all of time. So this show takes place in the CW's Arrowverse. So basically around like early 2010s into like early 2020s-ish. In the 2010s, the CW started releasing DC shows. So this included Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, DC Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, Stargirl, Black Lightning, and I feel like I'm missing one, but I don't know. But this show lasted longer than the 2 other shows we had talked about. This show had 7 seasons, and all 7 of those seasons are available on Netflix. This is another show that I have partially seen. I'm only on about season 4. I'm currently watching it. But here's an article that I found from Digital Spy about the show's cancellation. While no official reason has been given for the Legends cancellation yet, it looks like the CW's upcoming sale probably played a key role in this decision. A media company named Nexstar is in talks to purchase a majority stake in the network. So this was because CW, I don't know if this is true, but this article was published on May 5th of 2022. Since then, there has been no update about Legends. Because the headline was like, is there going to be an 8th season? Is there going to be a movie? No, there's not. It's 2026. Actually, Happy New Year. But there has been no update, which is kind of sad because the show did end on an extreme cliffhanger. So that's kind of sad we don't get to see where they go, where the Legends go after this. But yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I had so much fun doing the research for it, and I will catch you later. Bye-bye.